McIntyre, there'd be a series of leg submissions, and then there'd be some knee strikes to the head. On McIntyre, that is. Rollins would hit those. And then, of course, Rollins would bust out some of his best moves, for sure.
So there was actually a really cool spot in this match that I liked where Seth was on the top rope and Drew was dangling by his knees to the bottom turnbuckle. And he threw Seth, and Seth landed on his stomach, and it was an awesome spot.
Yeah, no, that was pretty great. Even McIntyre would have some great moves. He'd hit the Future Shock DDT, which I've noticed he started doing more.
Which I like.
Yeah, which I do like, because I missed that move as well. I remember that actually was his finisher at one point before he started using the Claiborne.
Drew again looking strong. He kicked out of the frog splash at a 1 count.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Drew had some really kick outs in the beginning. Which he's trying to show he's a fighting champion, I guess, and
he would kick out of the curb stomp too. Seth would kick out of the DDT, but then Drew would move with the Claymore. This was actually really good. I really liked this.
I know this was a really, really good match. It was a 3 3/4 from both of us. But after the match, though, there would be a bit of sportsmanship because McIntyre would try to get Rollins to shake his hand, as the right thing to do because he told him that he needed this, which I guess what he meant by that is he needed this just to prove himself. Mm-hmm. And then Rollins would shake his hand back. So I'm actually wondering where they're going to go with that.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with Rollins here. It's very interesting. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. In my opinion, I think this Monday Night Messiah character needs to go.
Yeah, I think it's run its course. I mean, he tried with it, but I just don't know if it really worked. There's some people though who do like it. I don't know about that theme music. I don't know if I saw too many people who were liking that as much, but
yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, but how long did this match go?
This one got some time. So they ended up getting 19 minutes and 20 seconds. So they gave him definitely enough time for sure. I guess it just seems kind of, well, no, in general, that was the right length. It's just because everything else was so short. It's just
it's Seth and Drew. I mean, they're going to deliver in a match. The two of them are both really, the two of them are both so good. It's going to be good,
Yeah, well, yeah, because I knew going into this was going to be really good. There was just no way it wasn't going to be. Heck, it could have even been 4 stars maybe if it would have had the crowd into it as well. So
yeah, I think that would have helped. They would have got the crowd into this.
But that shows you how great they are to be able to do this even without it. So
yeah, but like I said, hopefully we'll see where this goes. I'm interested to see what they do with Seth now because of the handshake. Who do you think Drew's next opponent's going to be?
I've been thinking about that as well. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest.
Because they could continue with Rollins maybe, although I don't think they will after the handshake especially.
I just wonder where they're going to go with it too, because they gave him that theme, and unless it's just a deal where he just ditches the gimmick all of a sudden or whatever, which would be kind of weird. But I mean, I don't know. I have to wait and see. I guess. I mean, I can't really say anything on it now because I'm just not really sure.
Yeah. So after this match, we had another promo from the Hacker.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it showed that basically he had a WWE Network subscription.
Yeah.
And he was just watching a bunch of WWE stuff. And what did he say? That he knows everything or something like that? He's seen everything?
Uh-huh.
This is interesting because it's getting to a point now, or first we thought it was Mustafa Ali and then Shorty G was there. It's getting to a point for me where it's becoming so big and such a build-up. It has to be someone big, right? It can't be like Shorty G or Mustafa Ali.
I would not be surprised if it ends up being something underwhelming, but it's I don't know. I mean, it's. I want to think it's the guy we were talking about earlier, but
it's not. Here's the thing. There's a rumor that it's CM Punk. It's not CM Punk. If they bring CM Punk back as a damn hacker, really?
I know.
That would make no sense. And not only that, I just feel like the thing that the storyline is doing that's good is people are talking about it, and it has me thinking. It has me sitting there wondering, I wonder who this is. I'm really interested to figure out who this is. Now, if it's a big letdown, I'll be like, of course. But if it's not, it's good that it's a storyline that actually has me invested.
No, that's a good point. I guess the only thing that's kind of strange about it is like it's just weird the idea that like, oh well, no, I guess that it could be something interesting. It does say something about someone that they'd be weird enough to like put a camera in there and just like spy on like Sony and all these people, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, so
maybe it's Paul Burchill. But anyway, so now we have main event time.
There's one little thing in between. One more little bit.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There'd be a backstage interview with Charlie again with R-Truth, and he'd basically, I guess he's kind of sad because he doesn't have the 24/7 title anymore. He'd show a picture of himself with it.
24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven,
I-95.
I-95. What was it? Damn, I forgot the rest of it. Champion. Oh no, yeah, it's just that champion. So with this promo, he would go on to say that he wants his baby back, and he's going to go get Tom Brady.
Yeah, and then Charlie would have to clarify that it's Gronk, not Tom Brady. But I would.
He also said that.
But Tom Brady versus R-Truth, book it. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Book it. I do think it'd be really funny if they could get him to do it. It'd be really funny to have R-Truth show up at Tom Brady's house and be like, "I want the 24/7 title."
Oh God, that'd be great.
I think he'd get Brady to do it. They never would. They never could. And then Brady be like, "Who are you? What's going on?" Like, just like, how do you know where I live? Like that'd be like,
that'd be
That'd
hilarious.
be pretty funny.
So I remember Bruce Arians made a joke that he was going to take the 24/7 title from Gronk. So I guess at some point they're going to have to run some little skit or something where he loses the belt back to R-Truth probably or something. But I think with it being since Mania, that guy's got to be the longest reigning champion now. I just love it. He signs a deal with the WWE, then he gets a offer to play with Brady and the Bucks, and then he's like, "Sorry, maybe when I retire again."
Yeah. So after that, we get the main event, the main attraction, the thing that everybody was talking about. The 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches happening at the same time.
The men and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches, but it'd be they'd have to climb the corporate ladder. That's the deal here. That's the stick. For the first time ever, this would start out at the bottom of Titan Towers, and they'd have to fight their way up the floors, up through the building, all the way to the roof where the briefcases were suspended above. That's really where the ladder match, like part of it, would begin. But
yeah, but before that, to get there, the thing that was weird was they started the match off with people having their entrances.
Yeah, that was kind of I don't know what the word is for it. Well, I mean, that was silly, but I don't know about that. That was just kind of stupid because it's like, especially like when Shayna came in there, I can remember she literally just did her pose in front of like Nia, and it's like, what is she supposed to do? Just not do anything? Like,
so the girls would start in the lobby, and that would be Carmella, Dana Brooke, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, and who else was there?
Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans. It'd be the 6 of them in the lobby. They'd start there. The men would start in the training room, whatever you want to call it. That'd be Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Baron Corbin, Aleister Black,
and Otis.
And they'd start in the weight room. Yeah, they'd start in the weight room. The fight would begin there. With the girls, it would start off with Asuka jumping on top of them, and then running to the elevator, getting in there. The girls would be running up the stairs, and the guys would just fight. It was funny. Otis left on AJ's chest. For a second, I thought he was going to kill him.
Ugh.
But
I thought he was just going to drop that on him.
It was really funny. And then they just fight throughout the building, and it got really. We saw a lot of cameos in this.
Yeah, Brother Love, John Laurinaitis on his scooter. That's his scooter from when Cena injured him.
Yeah, he's still hurt, and then he's selling that better than Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton. But
with the cast, yeah.
yeah, he's been selling that for 30 years. But
he made a career off that.
Yeah, and then you got what else happened? And then there was one funny part with AJ where he went into a room, and it was dark, and they had the casket and taking music playing, and Aleister Black locked him in there. He has PTSD from when Undertaker tried to kill him. And then it's just funny. You had that. You had the girls. They just fought basically through the building. And then the funniest thing, well, not funniest, the weirdest perhaps was there was a food fight.
Yeah, this kind of one of the things that kind of ruined it for me because it's like you got Aleister Black and Daniel Bryan and you got like Shayna Baszler. They're like having a food fight just like in the. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
So I was going to say was they run to a table and Paul Heyman is there eating.
He's got like this whole feast.
I don't know why Paul Heyman is at WWE headquarters at night eating.
And what the hell he's doing with that amount of food?
Well, he's Paul Heyman. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like he had like these 3 tables just filled of food.
Paulie dangerously.
There's no way he's going to eat all that.
So that happens. They have a giant food fight there. I think Carmella gets put through the table, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That happens. So Asuka
that takes her out.
Asuka runs by. She gets to the top. Then you get Nia and Asuka fighting in the ring. And what ends up happening is it's a shock to me. Asuka wins the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, that was a shocker. So that female Money in the Bank match would go for 22 minutes, and actually 22 minutes was the exact time I had. I mean that could be.
So we'll talk about the male in a second, but I am super happy with Asuka winning.
Oh yeah, because I had wanted Shayna Baszler to win, but I don't know. I could settle for Asuka. I mean, I definitely think that's a great choice as well. Well, I'm all for Asuka getting pushed because for me, she's actually been like the most entertaining part of Raw, like really for me since like this whole situation. I mean, she'd been entertaining before with Kairi Sane, like with the Kabuki Warriors, and I thought they were good together. And I thought she's been entertaining for a while, but I think she's been like since everything's been shut down and since the pandemic, I think that Raw's been like the most entertaining with her because like just between her doing her dances and like just her like just her just rambling on about all this different stuff, like when she's like getting mad and everything. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's been really funny, but she would win that, and then Baron Corbin tried to fight her at one point, but
oh yeah, and then she kicked him off the ladder.
This is the interesting part. We get to this part. So all the men come up. I think all the men got to the top, right? No one got taken out.
Yeah. Oh God, I know where this is going.
So first off, Baron Corbin kills 2 men.
Yes.
He kills Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio.
I couldn't believe he threw both of them over there because you knew someone was going off that roof. You knew what was happening.
That was some WCW stuff, shit, with what they did with Hogan and the show.
Oh my, yeah.
the monster truck sumo match, and then Big Show got thrown off the roof, but
oh my God.
He got hit off the roof by Hogan. But if you remember what happened, so they both get thrown off. You think Corbin's going to win. Then it's Corbin and AJ at the top fighting for it. Corbin gets knocked off. Oh no, Elias hits Corbin with a guitar.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so Elias would
make
his return after Corbin had taken him out.
So he screws him. And then I thought AJ was going to win.
I did too at that point in time. And going into this, I wanted Aleister Black to win, but the second he went off the roof, I'm like, well, he's not going to win this match.
So AJ bobbles the briefcase and drops it. Mm-hmm. And who catches it?
Otis.
None other than Otis.
Which,
your 2020 men's Money in the Bank match winner is Otis.
I know. That had to have been... Actually, going into this, you could actually argue he may have been the least likely to win.
I can't believe he won. And here's my issue with it. I was okay at the time, and I'm starting to not like it because here's the problem. Who does Otis beat? Like, it just doesn't...
See, I'm thinking it's gonna be a field cash-in. I could just see that like right here and that. And as I said, it's nothing.
Field cash-ins are such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I agree, and it's nothing against Otis or anything. I mean, it's happy to see that they're, I guess, giving him a bit of a push, and he's been pretty popular, and I do feel bad for Tucker because he's kind of like getting shoved into the background during this, but I'm fine with Otis. I'm fine with Otis like picking up a huge win here. I didn't see it coming, and I guess my only issue with it is it's not obviously with Otis as like a character or a talent. It's just I just don't see where they're going to go with this from here. I just don't know what they're going to do.
Neither do I.
That's why it was confusing. outside of this as a whole, I mean, in terms of this Money in the Bank corporate ladder match,